Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Vonda Evans. Listen, I'm always complaining about, getting, some technical difficulty. I'm be honest with you. Today, it was challenging. Why? This war keep me up. It's keeping me up at night. So I am a person who, if I can't understand something, I got to do exhaustive research because I got to understand. And I like that about myself, but then I don't like it about myself. Because when I start digging, okay, I'm digging, whether it's in my personal or professional life. However, I do think this is going to be helpful. So I hope so. So listen, one of the things that I wanted to know was, how far do you think Putin will go? I mean, how far? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I read some very interesting comments about him. And essentially, people who knew him as well as a psychologist say that he is a man who is unable to show his love. He does not have a lot of emotion, but he is driven by his mania, which is to get things done, to have them done in an orderly way, where you and I may be able to empathize with people. You know what I'm saying? There's no empathy. He has no empathy. So if he were to see a cat get hit, he would be like, why is the cat in the road? Nah, that looks sad. So his response to this Russian controversy has been basically their cost to war, their casualties. He has his family in a bunker, who, they whatever. But he is about making history his way. Let me tell you something about people like that. If you believe something, there is no one that is going to change your mind if it is a core belief. Follow along. If someone came to you and said, that you may be, just say Christian. I'm going to prove to you that Christianity doesn't exist. You're going to say, I don't want to hear none of that. His belief is simple. The USSR should not have been disbanded. Mikhail Gorbachev was weak when he wanted to test democracy. Democracy does not work. And when democracy was attempted, they lost part of their country. Now, forget the fact that their economy came up and that they were introduced to Western ideals and conveniences. Forget all of that. We lost land. And now we got to go back and get it by any means necessary. Because I have to fulfill the legacy of the dictators, true dictators, who have gone before me. Gorbachev, in his mind, was weak. And a person like that cannot respect the weakness. He sees Western countries as weak. We love, your sexy women. We love your yachts. We love everything. But we don't believe in democracy. And for whatever has driven him there, whether it's illness or he's there. And he's not going to leave that position because he believes in it. And so it's like people who fight wars for Christian reasons or non-Christian reasons, they're committed to that. And one thing I asked a man before, I said, what is it like to kill somebody? He said, the first time you pull the trigger is the hardest. After that, it get easy. The fear of it's over and the sting of it's over. This man, Putin, was a spy. He was all into espionage. He was in Russia, then went to Germany. And when he saw that Gorbachev was, telling his democracy, he was like, hey, hold on for a minute. We at the KGB, boo, hey. They're like, we don't want no more of that. And according to him, he and his comrades had to shred all of these papers. But from that time in 91, he repressed his hatred toward what he saw happen to his country. He repressed it so he could build. And for that, it wasn't anything that tricked the idea of it was one day, I'm going to bring this back together. And that is what he's doing now. Now, we can disagree. Obviously, what we see that's going on in Ukraine is senseless, whatever. But for those of you all who are Christians, any religion, war is a part of life. War is all up in that Bible. War. And if he believes that that's the only way we're going to get this done, then as Tim McVeigh said, collateral damage. Because I'm going to bring Ukraine back. He has all of it. Because at first it was some of it. He like, I want it all. Forget this. Listen, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm with all of it. He brought the province of Georgia in, part of Crimea. I don't care. Because I'm living out my destiny. When you were 20, you might have just wanted to be in relationships for love. You might get married for love. I love him because he, is good looking or whatever. I love him. But when you begin to be 40 and 50, you start thinking about your legacy. You start saying, you know what, I'm going to buy insurance policies. I'm going to put stuff up. I'm going to think about my children's children. I'm not just thinking about me with bags, Louis Vuittons and Gucci's. I'm thinking legacy. And that's what he's thinking. Now, Putin is a big narcissist who wants to conquer the world, Melissa Monroe. I disagree. He don't want no more than what he believes he's entitled to. But if he gets that, if USSR is pulled together, they will be the largest country in the world with the largest capability. I don't see he want nothing that he don't feel belong to him. But he believes that Gorbachev was wrong in breaking up that country. He believed he was wrong. And his motivation is to bring it back. He not trying to attack nobody that wasn't in that USSR. He ain't trying to say, let's go get Finland. He not trying to do that. He's going after the countries and the provinces that were once part of USSR. So in that vein, he will have the largest military capability and he's going to be the biggest. But do I think he is taking something that don't belong? He's not into that. He's a strategist. Crazy, but he's a strategist. He sees opportunities. And that's one of the things that we got to start looking at. Many times we'll be so emotional. Baby, that man waited 20 years to his children that he claimed was grown, till there were things in his life he saw get accomplished. Well, my kids grown. I got grandkids. They married. Then he got some other allegedly little kids or whatever. But I've done what I'm supposed to do. I'm 68 years old. It's time that I get my house in order. My house. And I don't like that. Now, Check this out. So here's the rub though. It's what you do to get what you want. So here with that, how do I convince other people? Simple. If you put me in office, okay, I'm gonna tell my crew, I'm gonna make y'all billionaires. What you mean? I'm gonna make you billionaires. When the USSR broke apart, people left diamond mines. They left major businesses. They just straight came here. You know, like I'm out. So these companies, these industries were not manned. He put his crew in there and he made them billionaires. And they're called the oligarchs. Not only are they billionaires, but they're his go-to people. You understand what I'm saying? So they also have political power. So about a week ago, he met with them. And I want to say it looked like maybe 300 people. I don't remember. But they were all billionaires. And he was like, this war ain't going to last long. I'm telling you, just hold on. And they were called the oligarchs. Now, what the U.S. is doing, they're looking for a weakness. How you defeat your opponent is not just by your strength, but by their weakness. This is my philosophy. I can overcome my enemy by knowing one thing, what he like to eat. Because if I give it to him, he going to become my friend because he going to want some more of it. Here, you like steaks? Here you go. Here's some steaks. Yummy, yummy. Once he gets used to eating those steaks, he become my friend. Let me ask you a question. I'm trying to do that. Ina Cooper, break it down, girl. I'm following what you say. I understand you. Say this. Okay, Trisha, Barbara, because let me say this to you. Let me say this. I love to laugh and joke, but some things I think need to be explained so that we're not in the dark and we understand. But it's a bigger picture than this. Let's check this out. I hear my music. We'll be back with some more strategy on this Russian war. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.